Are you aware of any mega projects that cost millions or billions of dollars but did not turn out to be anything like what was expected? Despite the fact that they need a lot of resources to construct, they simply aren't very useful? Today, we will cover the top 5 most useless mega projects around the globe. Let's not waste much more time and get right down to business, shall we? Number 1 on the list is the H3 Interstate Highway in Hawaii. It was suggested in 1960 to construct the H3 Interstate Highway in order to link the Marine Corps Air Force Base in the east with the Pearl Harbor Naval Base in the south. Environmentalists and townspeople opposed the project initially. The US Congress eventually overcame all legal obstacles in 1989, at which point construction officially began and was finished in 1997. From the start of the proposal to its full completion, it took 37 years. In addition to taking a long time, this route is also highly expensive. Statistics showed that the 26-kilometer road cost $1.3 billion, or $50 million per kilometer, which is 5 times greater than the initial estimate. Apart from this, certain native groups avoid using this highway because many people believe that many religious sites were demolished while constructing the highway and considered it to be under a curse. At least it hasn't been abandoned entirely like the project that follows next on our list of the most useless mega projects. Number 2 is the Auburn Dam. This poorly planned dam project on the American River in Auburn, California, has been hindered by controversy since it was first proposed in the 1950s, and it has cost taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars. In 1968, when work started, a seismic fault was found underneath the site. Work on the proposed dam was suspended since it couldn't survive a significant earthquake. Construction was restarted after a redesign proposal was made in 1980. After expenditures spiraled out of control and the project's environmental impact was evaluated in the late 1980s, it was ultimately abandoned. $400 million in total was wasted. Since then, about $31 million has been used to try to restart the project, but the unfinished dam is still a costly failure. Number 3 is the Yucca Mountain Nuclear Waste Repository. America's primary nuclear waste repository was chosen for Yucca Mountain in Nevada in 1987. Congress gave the mega project its permission in 2002, and construction on the complex started soon after. The idea was met with vehement opposition, and a number of issues emerged, including concerns about waste transportation and the site's unsuitable geology. Politicians started to question whether the project was even necessary once it was determined that nuclear power plants could securely store waste on site for decades. President Obama pretty much destroyed the project in 2011 by cutting off federal funds. The Yucca Mountain repository is still in an uncertain state. Up to this point, around $15 billion had already been wasted on the project, which is still on hold. Number 4 is the Ryugyong Hotel in Pyongyang, North Korea. We talked about the most useless nuclear waste repository, and the next on our list is the Ryugyong Hotel. This hotel looms over the Pyongyang skyline at 1,080 feet, 330 meters. The Ryugyong Hotel, which has 105 floors, is also known as the 105 building. The construction of a hotel in the shape of a pyramid was started in 1987 by the North Korean construction company. The project was supposed to be finished in 1992. However, as the Soviet Union fell apart in 1992, construction of the hotel was abruptly stopped. The empty windowless structure loomed as an incomplete concrete shell for more than 10 years. Construction work was resumed in April 2008 after 16 years with no discernible advancement. The hotel, according to North Korean officials, was supposed to be completed by 2012. International hotel management company Kempinski announced in November 2012 that it would manage the hotel. A portion of the hotel's opening was scheduled for mid-2013. Plans to open the hotel were put on hold again in March 2013. The building enters its 14th year and has spent an eye-watering amount of $1.3 billion, but to date hasn't hosted a single event due to various electrical problems and other concerns. Number 5, and the final one on our list, is Ciudad Real Central Airport. Despite being around 220 kilometers to the south, Ciudad Real International Airport was initially planned to take a portion of the traffic from Madrid Barajas. The $1 billion project, however, was only operational for 3 years. Only 2 airlines provided service during that time. The primary cause of its bankruptcy was the completion of an extension at Madrid's major airport, Barajas, in 2006, which relieved the city's previously overcrowded facilities by allowing it to handle 70 million people annually. Since Madrid is closer to the capital than Ciudad Real Airport, which is about 200 kilometers away, all the airlines that were considering operating from Ciudad Real decided to fly from Madrid instead, which is a more convenient option for passengers from the capital. Finally, the airport was sold, and later it became a maintenance and storage facility. So what do you think about these useless megaprojects then? Do you foresee any of these being useful in the future? Please share your thoughts in the below comment box.